All right, pre-calc. So 4.2, the unit circle, part 1. We're going to talk about what the unit circle is, what it means to be a unit circle, and then how the 6 trig functions refer to that. So the 6 trig functions meaning sine, cosine, tangent, you've heard before, and then their reciprocals called secant, cosecant, and cotangent. Okay, so a unit circle, basically what we mean from that is just that it has a radius of 1, and it's at the center of the xy axis or the origin, or you could think point 0, 0. And thus a central angle has a measure equal to its intercepted arc. Okay, so the length or the measure is equal to its intercepted arc. And you think about a 360-degree circle, the intercepted arc is the same as the angle no matter what. So our unit circle is going to be something like this, and we're going to talk about how to fill this in class, or you guys are going to actually do a Google search to do this in class. But at every one of these arcs, these are all the important arcs, you are going to need a degree measure, a radian measure. So remember, those are just referring to the angle, okay, and different ways to measure that angle. And then you're going to need a set of coordinates. So you're going to need an x, and a y value at each one of these points. And so since our radius is 1, there's a very specific x and y value. Okay, it always has to be the same when we're on the unit circle. Okay, that'll change if we stop talking about the unit circle, which we're going to do later in this chapter. And we're going to talk in class about a little trick you can do where basically you're going to have 3 values. So your and these should actually be switched down here. Whoops. Okay. So your long values, the ones in red, are going to be the biggest number we're going to talk about, which is square root of 3 over 2. Your medium value is going to be square root of 2 over 2, and your short is going to be 1/2. Okay, so these should actually be switched. Okay, the long goes here, and the short goes there. And so there's a way, and again, I'll show this to you in class. You know, if we look at each one of these coordinates, I could take my long here, and to get to this first coordinate, I'm going to need a long and a short to get here. So that would mean my x value in red is going to be the square root of 3 over 2, and my y value in green, because we're going up and down, is going to be the smallest value, or 1/2. And we can go all the way around the circle thinking about that. Your medium then, to get to this next point, come on. We could put the blue down, and then we need a medium as well for that. So you see that middle one's going to have the same values, and so we'd be at square root of 2 over 2, square root of 2 over 2. Okay, and again, you guys are going to figure out how to do all of that in class on your own. So the important relationship here is that the sine value is always equal to y, cosine is always equal to x, and tangent is always equal to y over x. So these refer to the coordinates we just saw on that last page. So for example, that first angle is sine of 30 degrees, and on that last page we showed that the y value at 30 degrees, this angle right here would be 30, is 1/2. So that would mean that the sine of 30 is equal to 1/2. Okay, again, because sine is y, cosine is x, and tangent is y over x. And then all of these are the reciprocals. The reciprocal of sine is cosecant, so it'll be 1 over y. Secant is the reciprocal of cosine, it'll be 1 over x. And cotangent is the reciprocal of tangent, so it will be x over y. Okay, these are very important relationships that you need to have written down in your notes. So what we can do then is, if we've got coordinates like this, P is a point on the unit circle with coordinates -1/2 square root of 3 over 2, then the trig function can be found. So we know sine is the y value, so square root of 3 over 2. Cosine is the x value, and then these two are reciprocals of those. So 2 over square root of 3 and -2 over 1. Now here we would want to rationalize our denominator. So we'd actually get 2 square root of 3 over 3. And then for our tangent, we're going to do y over x. So sine over cosine, which is going to end up, your 2's will cancel out. We get negative square root of 3 over 1. And then cotangent is the reciprocal of that, -1 over square root of 3. Or rationalizing the denominator, we're going to get negative square root of 3 over 3. Okay, so that is it for this lesson. Again, I'll show you a trick in class on how to memorize the unit circle a little bit, which you're going to need to do in order to be allowed to use it on your test. You're going to have to memorize it first and prove that you have it memorized. And then the 6 trig functions. Sine is y, cosine is x, tangent is y over x, and their reciprocals. Cosecant is 1 over y, secant is 1 over x, and cotangent is x over y. See you next time, guys.